All right, yeah, guys, doing today. We about to hop into the review of Proverbs chapter 7. The first things first, though, just make sure you like that video, man. Hit a little exit full screen, scroll a bit, like it, and then full screen it back up. You feel me? So, yeah, man, today I was supposed to go to the gym and then my lab, then come back, have a meeting, and I just slept in. Not gonna lie, but it's okay. It's okay. But honestly, I'm still planning to go to the gym. But honestly, I'm still planning on going to the gym, so we'll count that productivity for later in the day. But we start off with another chapter about adultery and harlots. And it starts off at the top, the wiles of the harlot, which a wile is a trick, a ruse, a ploy, devious or cunning strategies, employs in manipulation or persuasion to make somebody do what they want. So this is that, but of the harlot. So obviously, he starts, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. AKA just saying, right? Keep all of this, heed it all. That's why I'm making these reviews, so that I can keep myself in the thing. I started at once over a break to make an audio chapter of just Proverbs, because I wanted to be able to listen to it on repeat and keep the wisdom in my head and in my head and in my head. But once that break ended, because I couldn't think of any other like videos to do during the break because I didn't really have my equipment available to me, I stopped. Because if we're supposed to keep this so close, right, wisdom being our sister, right, it's close to us as a sibling, calling understanding, like kinswoman, like somebody in your family, it's supposed to keep this real close. But how close do we genuinely keep it on a daily basis? How often do we look at Proverbs? How often do we study this book? Even though it's really easy to understand and really easy to get practical wisdom just from reading a few lines. And this wisdom and this understanding shall keep thee from a strange woman, from the stranger with flattereth her words, right? And then he goes into this story that he lived, probably, right? This may be just a story, but he probably lived it. And the reason I say probably lived it is because, he was rich. First of all, his house had a lot of windows, probably see a lot of the city, whatever. And then two, we see this story all the time. Whether you live at college and have a window, whether you're in an apartment in a big city and have a window, this kind of thing happens all the time, specifically on the weekends, right? From the window on my house, I look through my window, casement, basically a window again, and behold, among the simple ones, men, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and the dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot, and subtle of heart. And subtle of heart, he said, means a guarded heart. And since the Bible says to guard your hearts, the reason they didn't translate it like that, he said in the sermon, was because it means a good thing to us, right? A guarded heart. She's got a guarded heart. That's good. Yeah, she just dressed a little crazy, but she got the good heart. But it really means guarded from your intentions, meaning that you don't know the desires of my heart because I'm probably trying to deceive you or something of the like. And it says, this woman, whose true intentions are hidden, right? Her heart is subtle. She is loud and stubborn, and her feet abide not in her house. She's always outside. And I was telling my dad this at one point. I was like, I don't really trust women my age at college, high school, with cars. Because where are you going? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get like, oh, maybe you have a job and all that, but a car? You need a car? You know how much of a financial investment that is? Like, the chances of you having a job and a car and coming out profiting more with the car than without the car is actually very low. I had my job. I was biking to my job. It was like 3 mile bikes, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes when I was at my dad's house. And I paid for the bike once. Actually, I think my mom bought it for me. Yeah, I think it was a gift. But I paid for the bike once and I didn't even pay for it. And then the rest is just profit. One time I had to get upkept, which was crazy because it was in like the first month, if not the first like week of me having it. It was actually insane that like a part of it broke because I think a rock got in the chain and like snapped a part off. It was actually like crazy. But the point being, right, bike was like $600, very high quality bike. Still use it when I'm at home. I want to bring it out to college, but there's no point in it now. I might bring it out next year just because I won't be, it's in the house that much. But point being, had the bike, $600 one time. The rest is profit. You got a car, especially if you're young and if you're are or aren't on your parents' insurance, your money could be different. You got to buy gas, right? So you're paying for insurance, you're paying for gas. Chances are it's not a good car, so you might be paying for repairs and all that. Like, most of the people I know who have cars at some point have needed repairs, and that's crazy. because I don't think you're supposed to be having a crappy car at this stage of your life. Mostly because you're barely profiting. And when you do profit, chances of you spending it on anything rational or needed for your life also very low. But the point being, you don't want the car just for the job. You have the job to afford the car, and then the car to go wherever else you want to go. Maybe that's hanging out with your friends, that's cool. Sure. Maybe you want to go shopping. Sure. Cool. But then you get a boyfriend, driving to see him. Parties, you're driving to go to them. I don't trust it. Same with dudes with cars. I don't really trust them either. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of what you need that car for. Especially if if your parents are paying for the car, just dead the whole thing. That's like crazy, right? The feet are not in the house. You don't need a car. Don't need that car. It's a bit crazy, in my opinion. And then my dad and brother were calling me crazy for my take. I was like, no, this is a very justified take. Like, if you really think about it, it's a very justified take. That's the reason I thought I wanted a car until I thought about the cost and the profit ratio. I was like, it's really just so stupid. Why would I want that? I'm gonna be paying like $200-300 a month in what's it called? Insurance. Gas prices are all-time high. Probably another like 100 in gas for the month. And then only looking at, I'm already taking $300 to $400 off of my total profit if I just had a bike, right? I'm not saying that everything's about the money, but in terms of that, it's like, it's not a worthwhile investment for me. I don't even be going nowhere for real. But it says she is outside, now in the streets, lies in wait at every corner. You ever seen these parties? These party girls, when they go into that, they crossing every corner. They're looking for parties at every corner. So she caught him. They kissed him, and with an impudent face, I gotta check the definition on this word. Impudent face, not showing the due respect for another person. Impatient, cheeky, brazen, shameless. With a shameless face, she said to him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I paid my vows. Because when you used to give your sacrifices, they used to give you like home the scraps of the food of whatever they sacrificed for you. So she's like, yo, I just did my sacrifice today. I got the food. You should come over. Right? Therefore, I came forth to meet thee. Diligently seek thy face, and I have found thee. I've decked my bed. So she said, I wanted to meet you. I got food. I wanted to see your face, and I found you. I've decked my bed with the coverings of tapestries, right? My couch has got nice tapestries. It's carved works, fine linen from Egypt. My couch looks nice. Come sit on it. I perfume my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon, aka aphrodisiacs. She's trying to get freaky, and that's why she did all that. It's suspicious. She said, come, let's take our fill of love into the morning and solace ourselves with low loves. I thought I said loaves. I'm dead. But solace, comfort, right? Comfort ourselves with love and all that blah, 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 blah. For the good man is not at home. Her husband's not at home. He's going on a long journey. It's another thing. If he's gone, why are you outside? Stay in the house. I mean, I guess you got to be more outside, but at the same time, the husband leaves, she just gets bored and starts going outside. And at that time, everything was close. You could walk and everything. But like nowadays, you got that car. You go do whatever you want. I don't know. Shoot, I gotta fill up my day with something. Let me go here. Let me go here. Let me go here. That's suspicious. And she says, he got a bag of money. He's gonna come home at this time, this day, whatever day that appointed is. And with her fair speech, she caused him to fold. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. And then the comparisons. With her much fair speech, or my bad, he goes straightway. He goes after her like clear as day, instantly, straight away, right? Fast, at once, right away, now, right now. He's gone. He folds. There's no pressure. He folded. As an ox goes to the slaughter. An ox isn't necessarily a smart animal. And a fool, to the correction of the stocks, is a fool, not a smart person, right? Somebody goes to die. Somebody goes to get their correction. Till a dart strikes through his liver. A bird hasteth to a snare, and knows not that it's for his life. This costly mistake that a fool would fall into, he did it straight away. No hesitation. Once again, also, I don't know if we talked about this in the last chapter. I remember it was in one of the sermons, but he was talking about how it's just easier for men to fall into sexual immorality. Like it says, there was a verse that was like, I don't think it was in this, but it said, young man, this is how you guard your this is how you guard your purity, whatever. But there's no verse like that for women. Same with this. It's about her and her fair speech causing him to yield, and he's going to the slaughter like an ox or fool to the correction of stocks. It's just so much easier. And I think personally for me, this helps me see the control that women have on our men. Like you got them in a chokehold, especially in today's society with porn and like OnlyFans and everything. Like men are in a chokehold to these women, and it's sad. It is sad. And I don't say I was never in the chokehold, right? You know, cultural norms, whatever the face or whatever the facts is. But there's some men that like they just straight way. She ain't even say much. She said, I got food at home. Pull up and slide. He said, bet. She said, yo, look at my couch. Peep the drip on the couch. I got the linens from Egypt. Wood carvings that go nice with it. He said, oh, word? Let me sit down and have some of this food. She said, yo, peep the bed though. I got the aloe, the myrrh, the cinnamon. Hop in it. He said, bet. He ain't even do nothing. She just got him with words. She might not even have food. They didn't even talk about the food. They said she had food. They didn't even talk about food. This is all fair speech. Yo, peep the linens on my couch. Bad. Myrrh and aloe and cinnamon in the bed. Bad. Let's go with love. My husband's gone. He said, bad. She just had to say, my husband is gone and he won't be back. And this young fool Oxman said, bet. How much easier? You know, this is with some effort. I won't lie. This woman put some effort into it. How much more do we see this today? That's why I said you can see this in today's day and age. Easy. College campuses. You just at a party. You ain't even gotta say nothing. You look across the club, walk up to this girl, y'all start dancing, party ends, whoop-de-whoop, take the Uber back, whoop-de-whoop, you're in somebody's bed. Not even no fair speech. Not even fair speech causes people to yield anymore. It's just off looks alone. It's off looks alone. Eyes are the lamp to the body. Jesus done said it, bruh. And it's facts. This takes your life. Listen to me, therefore, O children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Don't turn your heart aside. Don't guard your own heart like that, but guard it. Keep it safe, not deceitful. And don't let it go to her ways. And do not go astray in her paths. For she's cast down many wounded men. Many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. All right, that's the end of the chapter. I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.